Hello, beautiful people. So I am honestly a little flustered right now. I've recorded this message a couple times this morning already, and for one reason or another, things have gone awry. So I'm a little jumbled, but I think it's all purposeful because I think for this message, Spirit is really looking for me to bring the message through with as clear and concise a language as possible. So I'm going to try to do my best to do that. There has been some resistance in this message as I've been trying to bring it through. I've been kind of fighting myself a little bit because I've wanted to be so careful with the language that I'm presenting and the language that's coming through. I want it to be as clear and concise as possible. And in doing that, I have fought Spirit a little bit and said, no, we need to use this word instead. I think that's part of what Spirit is trying to get me to let go of is, nope, please use the language that we're giving you. Don't try to make this in brandy language. So I'm going to do my best to be as clear of a channel as possible without softening any of the language. So we're going to tap into love energy. And it's this energy that is full of pure white light. It's the energy that is supporting us through this moment. It is the energy that I also use in conjunction with God, with universe. And so we're going to tap right into that energy. And they're already coming through, so I'm already bringing this message. So the first thing to know is that what is happening in our current collective, what this energy of separation, this energy of othering, all the isms, racism, ableism, sexism, this idea of, and they're using very bold language, so I'm just going to put it out there, this idea of ethnic cleansing, whether that's getting rid of entire populations from a piece of land, or whether that's getting rid of entire persons, entire populations permanently. These things are not in love, right? Whether that's silencing the voice of people who think other different ways than you, people who understand and connect with God in ways that are different than you, people who love differently than you. This is not part of love energy. This is not part of what humans are meant to be pursuing and moving towards. It is quite the opposite of love energy. And in this moment, we are being called to choose love. We're being called to choose love over fear. We're being called to choose love over fear. It's coming through again, okay? So what they're saying is, in order to choose love, we have to also embody it. We have to move through the world in a space, in a way where we are not separating each other even further, where we're not separating ourselves even further. And the language that kept coming through every time I recorded this before is coming back, and it's power to the people, okay? And it's the song lyrics is the way that I'm hearing it. And what they're saying is, that divinity that we talked about in a previous message, that God light, that Christ light, that white light, that divine essence that is within each of us, that is the power they're talking about. And what they're saying is that power is not the same as the power of that you feel in your body in moments of rage, in panic, in those moments where your adrenaline is so high that you're able to lift cars and do remarkable feats. That is not divine power. That energy actually creates space for that, is meant to create space for that divine power to come to the surface. So even though that feels like real power, because you're able to get yourself to safety, you're able to get other people to safety, you're able to fight back without thinking about it, you're able to speak loudly, you're able to speak assertively without thinking about it. It's those moments where you just feel embodied, but they're saying that that is not the truth of embodiment. That is the initiation phase, right? That is the phase where it's meant to just create space so that you can bring more of your truth online, more of your soul online, more of your divinity online. It gets confusing sometimes because that energy of rage, when you feel completely enraged because you can feel the injustice happening around you, you can feel the harm being done to you or to others around you, it just feels so big in your body. It just lights things up. And what I'm hearing is it's meant to light things up to make space for that truth to come in, because true power, that true divine power, is actually a lot more level. It's able to be sustained for the long run. It actually builds upon itself in natural moments that don't burn up your body, that don't feel like the energy is too big. So they're trying to be really clear that those moments of anger and rage and panic, even though when you have that adrenaline running through your body, you feel so big and so powerful in the moment, that is not the power we're talking about. That is the burst that's meant to open up the pathways so that we can tap into some of our own truth, our own knowing, that is more sustained with love, that's more sustained with purpose. It's that energy that knows that we are not meant to fight every fight, but we are meant to support those who are meant to fight the fight. That we are meant to do our part and stay steady and stay connected to our truth, stay connected to our knowing, stay connected to our joy. And in that, we figure out all the people in our community around us that are playing these other roles, and we feed them joy. We feed them support. We feed them understanding and a safe space to rest, because we cannot do it all. In those moments of anger and rage and panic, we feel like we have to do it all. We bite off more than we can chew, as my grandparents would say, right? And that's natural. And that's one of the reasons that living in that state of rage and panic for too long actually has negative effects on us. We need to get back to that knowing of what our role is to play, and connecting to that true power, which is a lot more, it's not gentle, but it's still powerful, but it's less of a burst and more of a sustained, strong hum, where we're not chasing the next trigger point. We're actually just continuing to follow the path, standing strong in our knowing, and not backing down, but being able to say that I'm connected to this trail. So they're going to leave it there because that's a lot to unpack. And I can just already tell that this is going to be building on this for the next couple messages. But right now, we all have power within us to fight back against this ick and dis-ease that we are seeing in our communities, in our government, in our economic systems, in our family units, in a lot of cases as well. We have the power to do that. But that power is not the same as the power we feel in our body in those moments of extreme anger, of extreme fear. Even though they feel big, that is not the power we're searching for. Those moments are meant to break us open, move us forward, create space so we can tap into that true power. And that true power is connecting to our inner knowing and figuring out what is it that it is my role in this journey, in this moment of time, in this moment of history. What is my role to play? Owning that, moving through with that, and then paying attention and helping other people identify their roles, and then us providing as much energetic, emotional, psychological safety and support as we possibly can. And being able to feed them joy, being able to feed them light so that they can continue, because we all just kind of create this beautiful mosaic, and we have to all be doing our part. So I'm going to leave that with you with love and light.